जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा, प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा। जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद, जय जय प्रभुपाद। प्रभुपाद की, श्री श्री राधा रुक्मिणी द्वारकाधीश की, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, श्री गौरनाथ जी की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, गौर प्रेमानंदे। Readings from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 2. Dakṣa curses Lord Śiva. So before getting into the verse, we'll chant the auspicious invocation prayers. We'll chant, please try to repeat. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naran Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So we will see today from text 5 all the way up to text 8. Text 8 has a small purport. So from 5 to 7 I will read the translations, then we will try to chant the verse text 8. When Dakṣa, the leader of Prajāpatis, entered the assembly, his personal bodily luster was as bright as the effulgence of the sun. The entire assembly was illuminated and all the assembled personalities became insignificant in his presence. Influenced by his bodily luster, all the fire gods and other participants in the great assembly, with the exception of Lord Brahmā and Lord Śiva, gave up their own sitting places and stood in respect for Dakṣa. Dakṣa was adequately welcomed by the president of the great assembly, Lord Brahmā. After offering Lord Brahmā respect, Dakṣa, by the order of Brahmā, properly took his seat. Now we come to the verse. prāṅ-niṣaṇṇaṁ mṛḍaṁ dṛṣṭvā prāṅ-niṣaṇṇaṁ mṛḍaṁ dṛṣṭvā nāmṛṣyat tad-anādṛtaḥ nāmṛṣyat tad-anādṛtaḥ uvāca vāmaṁ cakṣurbhyām uvāca vāmaṁ cakṣurbhyām abhivīkṣya dahann abhivīkṣya dahann prāṅ-niṣaṇṇaṁ mṛḍaṁ dṛṣṭvā nāmṛṣyat tad-anādṛtaḥ uvāca vāmaṁ cakṣurbhyām abhivīkṣya dahann prāṅ-niṣaṇṇaṁ mṛḍaṁ dṛṣṭvā nāmṛṣyat tad-anādṛtaḥ uvāca vāmaṁ cakṣurbhyām abhivīkṣya dahann prāṅ-niṣaṇṇaṁ mṛḍaṁ dṛṣṭvā nāmṛṣyat tad-anādṛtaḥ uvāca vāmaṁ cakṣurbhyām abhivīkṣya dahann prāṅ-niṣaṇṇaṁ mṛḍaṁ dṛṣṭvā nāmṛṣyat tad-anādṛtaḥ uvāca vāmaṁ cakṣurbhyām abhivīkṣya dahann Mataji. prāṅ-niṣaṇṇaṁ mṛḍaṁ dṛṣṭvā nāmṛṣyat tad-anādṛtaḥ uvāca vāmaṁ cakṣurbhyām abhivīkṣya dahann prāṅ-niṣaṇṇaṁ mṛḍaṁ dṛṣṭvā nāmṛṣyat tad-anādṛtaḥ uvāca vāmaṁ cakṣurbhyām abhivīkṣya dahann before niṣaṇṇaṁ being seated, mṛḍaṁ Lord Śiva, dṛṣṭvā seeing, nāmṛṣyat did not tolerate, tad by him, Śiva, anādṛtaḥ not being respected, uvāca said, vāmaṁ dishonest, cakṣurbhyām with both eyes, abhivīkṣya looking at, dahann burning, iva as if. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanand Bhakti Prabhupada ki jai. Translation, please try to repeat. Before taking his seat, however, Dakṣa was very much offended to see Lord Śiva sitting and not showing any respect. At that time, Dakṣa became greatly angry, and his eyes glowing, he began to speak very strongly against Lord Śiva. Purport. Lord Śiva, being the son-in-law of Dakṣa, was expected to show his father-in-law respect by standing with the others. But because Lord Brahmā and Lord Śiva are principal demigods, their positions are greater than Dakṣa's. Dakṣa, however, could not tolerate this, and he took it as an insult by his son-in-law. Previously also, he was not very much satisfied with Lord Śiva For Shiva looked very poor and was naggedly in dress. Hari Om Tapsat. Om Ajnanatimrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mahyam Dadadi Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurun Sri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahakana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahakana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vashabhanusate Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Sarasate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Paschaita Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangalangayate Grim Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Mishwaram Katanchana Smrite Yasmin Dushkaram Sukaram Bhavet Smrite Pritam Syat Sri Chaitanyam Namamitam. Hare Krishna. So I am very happy to be here in Los Angeles, the western headquarters of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and also to see these wonderful deities, Sri Sri Rukmini Dwarkadish, very powerful deities who had very intimate relationship with Srila Prabhupada. I never thought that I would come here. I had never any interest of traveling to West, but somehow Lord Chaitanya kicked me here, and I am here sitting in front of you. So it feels so great. I am very thankful that I actually came here to see these places which are so steeped in history of ISKCON, especially how Prabhupada came to West and established these wonderful deities, the deity worship in the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And then he made Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda dance everywhere all over the world. All glories to him that he made it happen by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. So I am really grateful to be here and really grateful for this opportunity to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam in the assembly of devotees. So this fourth canto is a very interesting canto. Prabhupada titled it as the creation of the fourth order. So the creation of the fourth order, as we count from Srimad Bhagavatam, Atra Sarga Visargascha Sthanam Poshanam Utayaha Manvantari Ishana Katha Nirodha Muktirashrayaha. These are the 10 topics. So Prabhupada titled the first canto as creation, the second canto as cosmic manifestation, the third canto as status quo, and the fourth canto is the creation of the fourth order, which actually is the topic of Poshanam. Of course, different acharyas have titled the topics differently. Jiva Goswami says that all the 10 topics are there in all the cantos, so there is no need to specifically look for one topic. But still, there is also this convention of titling the cantos, and Prabhupada follows the convention of titling fourth canto as Poshanam. Sukadeva Goswami explains Poshanam tad-anādṛtaḥ when he explains each canto in a very sutra form. In the second canto, in the last chapter, he actually says Poshanam tad-anādṛtaḥ, means that the nourishment or maintenance of this material creation is simply done by the mercy of the Supreme Lord. So if we see the fourth canto from that perspective, we can see that what nourishes material existence and what nourishes devotional service, which actually helps us to get out of material existence. So both these topics are very nicely discussed in the fourth canto, and yesterday the speaker was also mentioning that the fourth canto elaborates the 3 types of devotion in mode of ignorance, devotion in mode of passion, and devotion in mode of goodness. by exploring the three devotees, Dakṣa, who is example of devotion in mode of ignorance, Dhruva, who is example of devotion in mode of passion, and Prithu Maharaj, who is example of devotion in mode of goodness. Also there is the history of Prachinabarhi and the Prajāpatis, which is also there in the fourth canto, and there is this allegorical story about Puranjana, which occupies much of fourth canto. Throughout this canto, this thread of envy is discussed very prominently. That we see that how envy can simply nourish material existence in different ways, and especially envy amongst the assembly of devotees. Because one thing in fourth canto is that there are no demons in fourth canto. There are no demon killing happening in fourth canto. There are really no demons here. And everybody in fourth canto is some way or other some devotee. Whether they are exalted devotees or whether they are neophyte devotees, whether they are self-realized devotees or whether devotees who are struggling with their own Krishna consciousness, all of them are devotees. And that makes it very interesting because fourth canto is more or less like mirroring the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, where there are different type of devotees at different levels and there is a lot of interaction between these devotees. And the common thread in these interactions where the anarthas come and clash with each other is envy. So we see that there is envy between Dakṣa and Lord Śiva, which spills over to the envy between the followers of Lord Śiva and followers of Bhrigu Muni, and they have a big cursing party. They curse each other very generously, and then in the process they all commit offenses to each other. And then we see that the envy of Suruchi against Dhruva and Dhruva's envy against Suruchi and his brother, and then what happens when Dhruva's brother gets killed by the Yakshas. And then we also see the rivalry between Indra and Prithu, where this subtle thread of envy is there, even in mode of goodness. And then we also see Prachinabarhi, who is envious of the entire animals, and he wants to kill all of them simply because he wants to enjoy. So this way, the thread of envy runs deep into the fourth canto, and then the fourth canto also discusses the remedy, which is the mercy of the Supreme Lord, which is available through the association of devotees. This is the only remedy. That Dakṣa gets the association of Lord Śiva, and he also gets the association of Supreme Lord. Dhruva gets association of Narad Muni, and Prithu Maharaj gets association of Brahma, the Supreme Lord, and the Kumaras, and Prachinabarhi gets association of Narada. And simply by associating with these devotees and agreeing to hear from them, they give up their respective envy. Of course, there is a very interesting study that envy in mode of ignorance has to be dealt with punishment, envy in mode of passion has to be dealt with austerity, and envy in mode of goodness simply by association that can be removed. So this way, the fourth canto, the main topic is envy and how to get rid of envy. And also the problem with envy is that generally it doesn't manifest directly. Very rarely it manifests directly as envy. It always comes out as something very nice, something which is very righteous, something which is very good. That is a problem with envy. Like in this case, Dakṣa's envy comes out as a strict morality. He wants to criticize Lord Śiva on the pretext of his improper behavior, that he is the father-in-law and Lord Śiva is the son-in-law. So moral behavior, moral code demands that when he enters the assembly, then Lord Śiva rises in respect. This is moral behavior, moral code. And also it demands that when somebody comes to an assembly of gentlemen, that he is dressed nicely as a gentleman. He doesn't come into an assembly of gentlemen in a very bad manner, not dressed properly. So in the pretext of actually correcting Lord Śiva, even in the coming verses, Dakṣa will say that that I am simply speaking for the welfare of Lord Shiva. I am his well-wisher. Therefore, I have to say these things, what I have to say, please don't mistake me. So his envy comes out as some moral policing. Dhruva's envy comes out as his Kshatriya nature when Narada Muni tells him, you are a small boy, just go home, sleep, play, don't take it seriously. He says, no, I am Kshatriya, my blood is boiling. I cannot listen to this advice, sorry, I cannot do it. If you can help me, it's fine, otherwise it's okay, I'll find some other help. So it comes out as his Kshatriya nature that he has to avenge his insult. Prithu Maharaj's envy comes out of his nature that, okay, I am also an empowered incarnation of the Lord. Indra is also empowered incarnation of the Lord. So why don't I do 100 yajnas? What is the big deal? Let me do Ashwamedha yajna 100. Anyway, it is good for the whole humanity. Let me also do it. Why Indra only should have this name? This way, it's very difficult to trace envy as envy. Even in the third canto, we see that Diti's envy comes out as lust. Actually, she is envious of her sisters, that they all had sons and she is not having son. And then it just comes out as lust. She goes and approaches Kashyapa. She says, please, let's have union, I want son. And when Kashyapa says this time is not appropriate, says, no, let's just do it. So this is the symptom that we can actually see, that whether it is envy or whether it is some real well-wishing mentality or something which is nice. Because it comes out as something, but internally something else is boiling. Like in case of Lord Shiva, it comes out, or in case of Dakṣa, it comes out as some sort of righteous morality, but actually he cannot tolerate Lord Shiva. He cannot tolerate Lord Shiva's greatness. So therefore he has to criticize him, he has to criticize every activity of Lord Shiva. What is considered as auspicious, he has to see it as inauspicious. Now, what is considered as qualification, he has to see it as disqualification. So the righteousness is lost also. So therefore, the fourth canto actually gives us a strict warning. The warning is that please try to find the envy in your heart. See how it is hiding, what master quid is wearing, how it is trying to come out in different ways. Please be aware of it. And then seek association of pure devotees which can help us to come out of this envy. So not only the fourth canto is teaching or showing what is the problem, it is also showing what is the solution. The solution lies in the association of pure devotees. The solution lies in hearing the message from them. The solution lies in trying to assimilate that message. Of course, if one is in mode of good ignorance, then some strong action is required. Like in case of Dakṣa, the action was quite strong. His head was cut off, his sacrifice was destroyed, and then he came to his senses. But before that, lot of violence happened. So many people are killed, and also along with the destruction of sacrifice, lot of violence happened. He himself lost his head. So therefore, the most dangerous type of devotion is devotion in mode of ignorance. It not only causes harm to us, it also causes harm to everybody else because of the envy, the violent nature and the anger which is involved in mode of ignorance. So therefore, we should be very careful that we should not become victim of mode of ignorance and gross envy. When we practice devotional service, of course, we should be careful not to become victim of mode of passion also, because mode of passion means that we will do something sinful. So therefore, in order to cleanse that sinful mentality, lot of austerity is required. In case of mode of ignorance, some punishment was required. Some very strong action was required so that Dakṣa could come to senses. Of course, as we discussed in mode of goodness, what was required was just association. So therefore, we should try to take that association in one form or other, and then there are natural austerities which are involved in Krishna consciousness. which is like, for example, this Kartik Vrata is there, it's nice austerity to perform different, devotees perform different austerities. Some of them go to Vrindavan, stay there, they do the parikrama. Some of them come to Navadip, they do the parikrama. In Kartik also we are doing Navadip Mandal parikrama in Navadip, in Mayapur. So this way, by the combination of association and austerities, we can try to get rid of our envy which is there deep in our heart. Otherwise, instead of performing Sankirtana Yajna, we will just end up performing Dakṣa Yajna. This is a most dangerous thing which can happen to us, that we may be thinking that I am performing Sankirtana Yajna, but we may just end up performing Dakṣa Yajna, which is very destructive both to the institution and to us as individuals. So therefore, Daksha's pastime is a very important pastime. It comes in the very beginning of 4th canto. It's a very, very important pastime. It is full of warning that what can go wrong in the assembly of devotees. When devotees become envious of each other, when devotees want to criticize each other, when devotees want to form groups, like when Daksha criticized Lord Śiva, then there were two groups which are formed. One group which is supporting Daksha, and the other group which is supporting Lord Śiva. And that groupism, it led to further cursing and counter cursing. The International Society for Krishna Consciousness also faces the same danger. It also faces the same challenge. Yesterday we were discussing, Prabhu was telling that many millions of years before, billions of years before this pastime happened. But even though if it happened billions of years before, but still we have the same problem in the assembly of devotees. Billions of years before, in the beginning of creation, the same problem was there. Now in Kali Yuga, we are facing the same problem. So therefore, history is repeating itself, and from history we should learn not to make the same historical mistakes. In the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, there is a lot of reason to divide us. There's a lot of reason to become groups. There are umpteen number of reasons to become different parties, but there is one reason to cooperate. That reason is that when Prabhupada, in his last days, he said very, very clearly that your love for me will be shown on how you will cooperate with each other after I have left. So Prabhupada gave us this very nice task, very wonderful task, very tedious task in Kali Yuga, the task of cooperating with each other. In Kali Yuga, it is very easy to do what we want to do on our own. It's very easy to do it. But the moment we have to cooperate with somebody and do something is very, very challenging, because the very nature of Kali is to divide. The very nature of Kali is to remove the good qualities. Kalim sattvaharam pumsam. Kalim sattvaharam pumsam. So therefore, we are in an equally challenging time, but we are also in an equally very wonderful time, because in this Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said that in this town and village, in this world, in every place, his name will be chanted. Prithivita achet jata nagaradigram sarvatra prachara hoibe mṛḍaṁ. So the mission is already completed by Lord Chaitanya, by his statement. He already achieved that mission simply by making that statement, that in every town and village, his name will be chanted. We have to just become instruments. We should cooperate with each other, simply to take that glory of the mission which is already achieved by Lord Chaitanya, the mission which is already achieved by Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada said that there are so many devotees, millions of devotees, temples form communities, only time is separating us from everything. So if we simply become instrument in the hands of Prabhupada, in the hands of Lord Chaitanya, in the hands of devotees, we can try to give up that envy, which is the greatest enemy, which actually destroys devotional service, which poses threat to the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, which is very divisive, which can destroy. Rather, we can relish the assembly of devotees. We can take great pleasure in the assembly of devotees. We can cooperate with each other. We can learn from each other. We can move forward the movement of Lord Chaitanya, distribute more books, give more Harinam. When I actually entered Los Angeles, the border control officer stopped me. Of course, I have to present myself there. So he asked me, why did you come here? What brings you here to US? Very nice gentleman. He was smiling and he had a very friendly conversation with me. He asked me, what brings you here? I said, I am a priest in International Society for Krishna Consciousness, ISKCON. I was very confident that he will know ISKCON. So I just casually told him, I am from ISKCON, India. I am a priest. I am coming here to travel to different temples in West, in America. Then he gave me a shocker. He asked me, what is this ISKCON? He asked me, what is this ISKCON? Then I told him, this is International Society for Krishna Consciousness. We are called Hare Krishnas. Then he asked me, is it some sort of Hindu denomination? I said, yeah. I regretted not having a book in my hand. It was the greatest act of stupidity that I did not carry a book in my hand. I could have given him a book then and there. I could have told him, please read. I did not have a book. So much I missed giving him a book. I felt like a fool standing in front of him. I felt that in some small way I failed Prabhupada. This is a man, he's standing in front of me, he doesn't know about ISKCON, he's asking me. Yes, Prabhuji. Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't know that. In India, you can easily give a book to somebody in the airport. Whether it's the immigration officer or whether it's a counter staff, you just take out a book and just give it to them. They say, oh, Hare Krishna, thank you very much. Anyway, somehow I felt I could have given him a book. Anyway, good to know that they are not allowed to take gifts. Okay. So, yeah, then there's nothing much I could have done. Anyway, I told him that there are so many temples in America. In Los Angeles, there's a big temple. I'm going there. I'm going to stay there. We have program. Please come. All that I told him. And then, of course, he stamped me and sent me inside. So, there's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of preaching to do. There's a lot which has been done, and there is a lot to be done. And if we take lessons from the fourth canto, like yesterday, Prabhuji was saying that we should be intelligent enough to take lessons from somebody else's experience. Now, Dakṣa, Dhruva, Prithu Maharaj, Prachina Barhi, all of them are showing by their experience it is not worth to be envious. Each of them are showing by their own experience. By going through difficulties for us, by going through punishments for us, by going through austerities for us, by taking the chastisement on our behalf, they are all trying to teach us that please don't be envious, please cooperate with each other. Please try to take this wonderful movement forward. From the beginning of creation, Bhagavata Dharma has been preached with great vigor by great stalwart preachers, Brahma, Narada, Vyasadeva, Madhvacharya, Ramanuja, Lord Chaitanya, his followers. Today we have the disappearance day of some of the great stalwart preachers, Srinivasacharya, the first book distributor, who went through so much of difficulty to bring the books of Goswamis to Bengal and distribute those books, and other great Vaishnava Acharyas in our line. And also today is the auspicious Gopashtami day, wonderful day when Krishna actually started grazing cows. He got graduated to a full-fledged Gopa. Before that, he was just grazing the calves, and he was in Kaumara age. Now today he enters Pauganda, the age of 6 to 10, and then he gets the permission to graze the big cows. So very important day for us today, because we are going to cow land, Goloka. We should also know how to graze cows. I don't know how to graze cows, but somehow or other we need to figure out how to graze them. So today is also a very wonderful day in Mayapur. I am missing Mayapur very badly, because today in Mayapur we have very, very special darshan of the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani and the Ashtasakis. Because when Krishna goes to graze the cows, then all Radharani and all her friends, they decided that how Krishna is going to do, how Krishna is going to graze the cows. They wanted to see, they want to go and supervise, they want to check whether this guy is doing things right or not. So therefore, they all actually took Gopavesha, and then they went into the forest actually to see what Krishna is doing. So this way, the lotus feet of these great personalities, which is never visible, it became visible today. So commemorating that great event in Mayapur, this is the only day that we can actually take darshan of the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani and the lotus feet of all the Ashtasakis. So it's a very, very auspicious day, wonderful day for us on this day. While I'm missing Mayapur, I'm definitely happy to be here, especially on a mission, the mission of trying to establish a nice hospital for the service of devotees. Mayapur had a very, very basic facility for health care, and generally we did not put much attention to it also, because in Mayapur devotees are generally healthy. They don't fall sick so easily because they have a very nice lifestyle. They don't fall so much sick. But when COVID came, it became a very big challenge for us. We understood that we cannot take it anymore for granted. We need to do something. We lost some stalwart devotees during the COVID time, especially in the second wave. We lost Pankajangri Prabhu and a few more devotees in quick succession. It was a big shock for us. So the Mayapur management allocated good amount of land, about 5 acres of land, to develop different type of medical facilities, Ayurvedic hospital, allopathy hospital, a palliative care center, and also some other facilities, mother and child care center, so different facilities. So as a first step, we are trying to establish a 100-bed allopathic hospital with also some basic Ayurvedic practice. This is the first mission which we are in. The project is about $6 million. We have collected roughly about $3 million in India, and we have also progressed with the project substantially. But we need to finish the building, especially now that TOP is getting ready to open on 2027. We need to be ready before that, because we expect lakhs and lakhs of devotees to come to Mayapur, and we don't want them to have the anxiety of not having a proper facility when they have some challenge with their health care. And also, it's going to be a huge festival for 4 months. Not only devotees from all over the world, we expect lot of devotees to come from Bengal, from India, different parts of India. There's going to be a huge rush. So therefore, even as a disaster management requirement, we need to have minimum about 100 beds always ready. Of course, Lord Nrsimhadev will always protect us, but that doesn't mean that we should do what we have to do. So therefore, there's a need to complete this project very quickly. So I am here in US. I'll be traveling to different temples and centers for a month, trying to seek support for the hospital. I don't know if we can connect this TV to my MacBook. If we can, then very quickly I would like to show some pictures. Then we can close, then we can see if we have some questions. I don't think I can. Yep. Okay, so by the time he tries to connect, we have some comments, questions, corrections. Okay, few hands going up. I don't know how it works here. Somebody passes the mic or.
So you were mentioning on this day in Mayapur they show Radharani's feet. So Śrīla Prabhupada may have given different instructions at different temples, but he specifically wrote a letter to Dhruvananda here in Los Angeles that Radharani's feet should never be shown. So I just wanted to mention that.
Okay, I can definitely take it up with Narasimha Kavacha Prabhu, who is the deity minister, and see what he has to say. I am not a very expert in deity worship, I should admit, but I have been always seeing that they do it on the particular day. In some places they do it on Radhashtami day, some places they do it on Gopashtami day. So I don't know how that practice came to be. It would be very interesting to explore that point. Thank you very much for pointing out.
Prabhu, you were mentioning about the danger of envy, how complicated can become, difficult for spiritual life. So I was just remembering and reflecting about, there is one verse in the Srimad Bhagavatam where Krishna himself says that Devesu, Vedesu, Gopesu, Vipresu, Sadhusu, that in that verse is mentioning that one who is not respectful or envious of the Vedas, the demigods, the sadhus, the cows, and ultimately, he said, Krishna, of me. So it culminates on envy of Krishna. That person or that civilization is annihilated and destroyed. And we see that in modern society, I mean, anywhere, any country, any place, maybe India less, but all these items like the cows, the sadhus, the brahmanas, and the Vedas, they're being disrespectful, and practically we're envious of that. So when it says that I will destroy them, can you comment on that? Because sometimes we see, and it's like in our lifetime, it appears that it's not happening.
We are already destroyed. We are already destroyed. Billions of people are there. None of them actually understand this simple fact that they are not this body, they are a spirit soul. They are actually meant to be happy. You see the amount of difficulty the world is going through even today, that we are actually become worse than animals. That animals are much better off. The human society is so suffering today that actually we are not meant to suffer, we are meant to be happy. We are beings of happiness. Anandamaya abhyasat. We are beings of happiness, we are pleasure seekers. But we have become so degraded, the whole world is actually suffering for want of the simple knowledge that I am a spirit soul, I am servant of Krishna. So that is the destruction. In Ishopanishad it is said that Asurya namate loka andena tamasavrita tamste pratyabhigachanti eke chatmahano janaha. That those who have killed the soul, they will be thrown into andena tamasavritaha, into the mode of ignorance. And they will be completely covered by ignorance. This is what we see in this world. People are thinking that they are enjoying, but actually they are suffering. You see, there's so much of suffering going on in this world in the name of enjoyment. People are troubling each other, people are killing each other, people are torturing each other in the name of suffering, and they are torturing their self. They are torturing their self. Nidehamadyam sulabam sudurlabam plavam sukalpam gurukarnadharam mayyanukulena nabasvati ritam puman bhavabdir nattaret sa atmaha. Bhagavatam is saying that if you don't use this wonderful opportunity of human body to cross over the ocean of mental existence, you are the killer of the soul. That's what we are seeing. We are soul-killing civilization. And spiritual life, it cannot be easier than this. Our spiritual life has only 3 activities: eating, singing and dancing. This is our spiritual life. Our greatest austerity is to eat, sing and dance. Mahaprabhu has made it so easy that what is required for us to just eat, sing and dance, that we don't want to do. We don't want to order nice, tasty Krishna Prasad. We don't want to sing melodious names of Krishna. We don't want to dance in front of the deity. Last 2 days I am hearing the announcement that there is going to be a parade here, that on Friday. Sometimes, long time before, I saw what it means to be a Halloween parade. You see, this is the enjoyment people are having. So unfortunate. So unfortunate. Kulashekar Alvar says, Ashcharyam hi etat manushya loke Sudam parityajya visham pibanti namani narayana gocharani tektva kuhakaha anyad uvāca patanti. Such a beautiful verse. He says, such surprising. Ashcharyam hi etat manushya loke. It's so surprising that in human society, Sudam parityajya visham pibanti. They're simply giving up nectar and drinking poison. What is that nectar they have given up? Namani Narayana Gocharani, that name of Narayana which can direct their senses in the right direction. Namani Narayana Gocharani. Tektva, they are given up. Kuhakaha, mad people. Anyad uvāca patanti, they are reading so many other things, nonsense they are doing. So we are already destroyed. We are already destroyed. So that is true. What Bhagavatam says is true. The human civilization is destroyed. So the only hope lies with us. We are the hope of human civilization. We should have belief in that. If at all, if anybody can save this human civilization, we can do it. We have the mandate to do it. Prabhupada said that in the next 10,000 years, his books will become the rule book for humanity. We have the mandate to save the human civilization. Lord Chaitanya gave us that order. Lord Chaitanya gave us that order. Prabhupada made it possible. He showed that it is possible. So therefore, we have to take the responsibility to the level what we can. We should do what we can. But be rest assured that the civilization is already destroyed.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Mataji had something.
That was fine. That was what you said would answer my questions.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, thank you for the nice class, and I especially like the points about how envy manifests through some subconscious effect like righteousness or varnashram, like kshatriya quality or some things like that. It's a very nice point, and I also liked how you reflected it on even as ISKCON we have a responsibility to try to check this envy. So the theme was envy. I'm interested to know what is envy, because we sometimes say we have our vices: lust, envy, greed. So is envy one of the distinct vices or qualities? in comparison with lust, envy, and greed? Or are these three qualities all describing the same thing, which is coming from lust? Or is it even like an order, like once you have lust, then you develop envy? What is envy?
So envy is the basic quality which actually makes us, which actually takes us away from Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Bhoktaram ekatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram sugridam sarvabhutanam jnatva mam shantim rachyati. He says, I am the enjoyer, I am the controller, I am the well-wisher. So when we want to take that position of Krishna to become the enjoyer, controller and well-wisher, because we are envious of Krishna, why he should be enjoyer, why he should be controller, why he should be well-wisher? Why I cannot be enjoyer, why I cannot be controller, why I cannot be well-wisher? When we try to take that position of Krishna, and that attempt to take that position of Krishna is called envy. That envy then transforms into lust, greed, anger and everything. So there are 6 vices which are there: kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. So in the 6 vices, everything else can be utilized in Krishna's service except envy. Except envy, everything else we can utilize in Krishna's service. Envy, you have to just give it up. Rest of other things you can actually utilize in Krishna's service. Somewhere or other you can actually utilize in Krishna's service. But envy, you need to give it up. There is no other way. Because that is the one which actually makes the jiva to turn his face away from Krishna. So that's the basic feeling, that why I can't be Krishna, why Krishna has to be Krishna. So that reflects into rest of the things. Why I can't be this guy, why I can't be that guy, why I can't be whoever, yes.
So even I was just thinking, even if we maybe think on the way, then we can use envy through people who are envious to Krishna. Can we say like that? Or this is offenses because
we should not be envious of people who are enemies of Krishna. We should be compassionate to them. The Madhyamadhikari's discrimination of asuras and his avoiding of asuras is actually an act of compassion. It's not an act of envy. He knows if I teach these asuras, they are going to commit more offense. So better I avoid them so that I don't give them opportunity for committing offense. Let Uttamadhikari come and deal with them. So simply out of compassion he avoids asuras, not out of envy or anger he avoids asuras. So we cannot be envious of anybody. We cannot be envious of those who are Krishna's devotees. We cannot be envious, definitely we cannot be envious of those who are not Krishna's devotees. Unless we have compassion on them, how they will become devotee. So therefore we can definitely be not envious of them. Okay, so we should finish also because I need to show something else. I will very quickly show. So this is the existing hospital which is there. It's a very small setup. It was even smaller. We extended it to the front and we made some nice frontage. Previously it was looking like a very run-down place. And these are the facilities which we are currently having. You can see that we do have a lot of facilities now, even though the place is very small. We do have a lot of facilities now. We have many specialists coming to our hospital. We have an operation theater where we can do some general surgeries and also gynecological surgeries. We have a dialysis unit which we recently opened because this has been long pending item. Many devotees who are actually dialysis dependent, they were unable to come to Mayapur simply because we didn't have that facility. So now we have the facility. We have basic palliative care facility. We also have a very good lab. We have very good investigation facilities, probably the best in that area. So we have over the last 3 years upgraded our existing facilities significantly. And then these are some pictures of the existing facility. And also this, it shows how our patient numbers are increasing. Like in 2020, we were getting about 9,000 patients per year. Last year we already crossed about more than 40,000 patients, and this year we will cross about 60,000 patients per year with this 10-bed itself. So there's a lot of demand in that area for a proper healthcare facility, especially a charitable facility, because there is no good charitable facility in that area. We were doing free CT scan for the past 3 years. Now we are giving a nominal charge, but last 3 years we are offering free CT scan. We also do a lot of subsidy to the patients who come poor. Many times they don't have enough money to pay. So we always have this policy. First they should get medicine. Next they should get investigation. Then they should pay for the doctor. This is our priority. Because if they come and pay for the doctor, and if we cannot do the investigation, they cannot, pay medicine, then what is the use of seeing the doctor? The doctor will keep the money, we will keep the money, they will keep suffering. So our policy is first, they should have enough money to buy medicine. Next, they should have enough money to do some investigation. Over and above that, if they have money, they pay the doctor. This is how we work. We have a no refusal policy, that anybody who comes for treatment, if we can treat them, we treat them. We don't refuse anybody, whether they have money or they don't have money. And we also go into different villages to Dhamvasis, and then we do free medical camps, we do free eye checkup, we also do free cataract surgeries for them, we also do free general checkup, ECG, etc. for them. So these are some things which we are doing. So sometimes I get this question that Prabhupada never asked ISKCON to be involved in hospitals. Why are you running behind a hospital? This question I do get sometimes. So that's why I made this slide. That we are in a place and position where we have a lot of poor people around, and we are also building a very nice community. Even when I came in 2012, there are about 3,500 devotees living in Mayapur. Now in 2025, more than 10,000 plus communities living in Mayapur, 90 plus countries, devotees are living there. It's probably the largest community of devotees in the world. So there are many young mothers, many young people, and also many old people, different people. So in Shastra it says that if you want to live in a place, you should have a nice river, you should have a king, you should have Brahman, and you should have a trader, and you should have a doctor. This is the requirement of living in a place. So we have the best of rivers, Nimnagana Meta Ganga. We have the king of all the creation, who is Radharani and Madhava. We have all the Brahmins who are the best of Brahmins in the world. All the GBC comes there and meets all sadhus, sannyasi, everybody comes there. We have the best of Brahmins. We also have nice schools. Only thing which is missing to make this place habitable is the hospital. So that's why we require it. We have about 33 plus Prabhupada disciples living there. They are all not getting younger. They are all in their final stages. They are getting older. They need a lot of medical attention. We have about 12 million pilgrims who are coming from all over the world. Sometimes it happens that when the bus of pilgrims come to Mayapur, especially international pilgrims, the first stop they make is the hospital. Because by the time they come to Mayapur and they have spent some time here and there, when they come to Mayapur, they are already sick. So that's the first stop they make. So when there is hospital, they feel a lot taken care. So therefore, it's very important. Nowadays we are running out of beds because the place is so small. When I was there last month, we are frequently running out of beds. People are coming sick and we have to turn them back because we don't have beds. So it's a very important and urgent project which needs to be done. We are also taking care of a lot of palliative care. In the last 2 years, more than 13 Prabhupada disciples have left their body in Mayapur in our care. It's a significant number. Other than Prabhupada disciples, about 15 of Gaudiya Math devotees, sannyasis, and our community devotees, both international and local, they have left their body in our care. So that's another important facility which we need to have. Mothers are still suffering because they don't have a good place where they can deliver the child. That's another important thing we need to have. So there's a lot of things which we need to do in our agenda. This is the, let me go to this slide. This is the 100-bed hospital, which is how it will look when it is finished. And this is the status below the building. We are actually doing all the internal work. The things are happening there. Once it is finished, it will have almost 90% of what we need, what the community needs. Only major things they have to go out, including cardiac emergencies, everything will be able to handle in that hospital only. Of course, we do get a lot of support in India. We just got about $1.3 million donation from one of the local industrialist and banker. He came on Kartik month. On 19th of October he came and then he gave this wonderful check to us. We do get a lot of sponsorship from corporates also. But currently, our shortage to finish the building is about $1 million. This is what I am looking to see how I can collect through my tour. How much ever I can collect, I am trying to see. So my humble request to all of you is that if you have some good contacts, it is also a social cause. For us, it's a devotional cause. It's like Dham Seva, Dhamvasi Seva, Bhakta Seva. This is all for us. But for outsiders, this is just like a social cause, a charitable hospital. So if you have some good contacts, if you have some people who can help this cause, some people may not be interested in giving money for the temple, they may be interested in giving money for such projects. So if you do know someone, please feel free to connect them to me. If we can contribute in any way, please feel free to contribute. Of course, we are still working out how to present it to larger audience here in LA. So whatever you do for the Dham, especially in Kartik month, normally when you do something for Mayapur, you get 1,000 times the benefit. And then if you do something on the bank of Ganges, you get 1,000 times the benefit. So when you do anything on Mayapur, which is on the bank of Ganges, you get 1,000 into 1,000 times the benefit. I don't know what, somebody knows how to do the math? Huh? 1,000,000 times the benefit. But when you do it on Kartik month, you get another 1,000 times the benefit. So, yeah. So, a lot of benefit floating around in the ether for you to catch. So, whatever you can do, whatever you can help others to do, whatever you can inspire others to do, this is a very nice project. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much for the opportunity. We already learned a lot of time. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.